This is Miss Farrell-Levange and the lovely Ivory Gale. We're here today to talk to you guys about a project that you guys are discussing in your class. I believe it's a Boston Massacre by Paul Revere. And Mr. Severance told me that you guys were questioning, well, how do you really make it? How is it done? Because it's actually a skill that is done today. Okay, so I got some stuff and to show you that we do here in our printmaking lab. Um, if you're in Art 3, you will experience all of these. If you're in Art 2, you'll experience a portion of this. And if you're just interested and you want to try it, come talk to me and maybe we can see what we can do to get you to dabble in it, okay? So if you're in my class, you will start with probably the simplest one. And the simplest one is the collograph, okay? The collograph is just made with good old basic boring construction paper, okay? You cut, you paste any shape you want, and the end result is very, very simple. Can you grab it, Ivory? Here's the end result. And what you see is you see the cardboard markings on it. This particular student went ahead and embellished it a little bit with marker, and that's okay, okay? But that's a simple one. You could do this one at home. It's super easy to do. Another one that most people are familiar with is the linoleum tile. And this is the linoleum tile. It's typically, you practice this using like a regular eraser or a stamp or any type of rubber material. And what you would use is the gouge. Okay. It's this tool here. If you don't use it correctly, you will hurt yourself and you'll stab your hand. So you got to make sure you use it the right way. And all you do is you would just go ahead and you would just start carving away from your hand to create the design that you see here. We got pictures for our end result, Ivory? So here's our end results, and it's basically a stamp that you just put down on the paper, and you can rub the paper onto the stamp, and you create an image like this. Okay? The next one that we have is pretty much how Paul Revere created. And we used to do it here in Dwight many, many years ago before I was even the art teacher, because Mr. Scridulis, the art teacher way before me, did this. And this is exactly how Paul Revere did his prints. This is silver. This is actual silver metal, okay? I think this one's by who, Ivory? Julie? Julie? And what you can see, I'll bring mine close. This is a landscape that somebody carved into. And this one here is an underwater sea scene. And the way that these people carved into it is they used a special pen to draw on it, and then they actually dipped it in acid, which is the same thing that Paul Revere did because his father had access since he was part of a silversmithing shop. So this is how he actually did it. I'm actually going to give these to Mr. Severance so that you guys can touch and feel them and see what they look like. We don't do this process anymore since silver is such a rare metal and it's super expensive and we don't have that money. So what we do is a technique that's done a little cheaper, but it turns out just as awesome. We use plexiglass. We use plastic. Ace Hardware in town actually donates the plastic to us. This is what one of my students, Jimmy Soto from last year, created. I'll bring it close. Sorry for the glare. What you should see, hopefully, are two Egyptian figures, okay? The tools that we use to create with are etching tools, okay? They're sharp, pointy. They will hurt you if you don't use it the right way. And you just scratch into your design to create it. After you scratch it, you use an ink, okay? One of the inks that we can use, we usually don't use this type, but this is a type of ink that we use. It's the same ink that's in your Bic pen. It's pink, blue, whatever color you want it to be. I have a variety of colors. We use a palette knife to go ahead and spread it down. We put it on a bench hook to go ahead and spread it on. Some people will call this thing a roller, and it's not. It's really important to me that you guys sound intelligent and you use the right word, and you call this what, Ivory? A brayer. A brayer. So call this a brayer and sound intelligent. Because it's almost the same thing as like a paint roller, but it's not. There is a difference because this has a rubber portion to it. And you spread the ink out. You roll it on top of your plate. And then the neat thing afterwards, you have a couple choices for actually printing it onto paper. And one choice is to actually get like, you can use your hand and press down. You can use a hard piece of wood, a plastic piece of material called a baron to press down on. Or what do we have here, Ivory? We have the printing press. Okay, let me position the camera a little bit better so you guys can see the whole thing. This is our printing press, and this is a standard one that we have at high schools. Most high school art rooms will have at least one or two. If you really do enjoy printmaking and go to a college to try it, they have huge ones that you actually have to roll like a big giant wheel. It's really fun to take a look at. But yeah, you just roll it around all the way, goofy, and it turns out to be really cool. So the question that you might be thinking is, well, why would Paul Revere do his painting or his artwork using a printmaking style? Well, he didn't want to paint it over and over and over because that would be tedious and very time consuming. So the reason why he did a printmaking is because once he got the plate done, it was super duper easy to go ahead and reprint it and mass production for newspapers. So this particular print that you're looking at, there's more than just one. I don't know if any have survived other than the one that you're looking at in your history books, but there's multiple pieces, and those are called editions. If you had number one, that's one's worth most amount of money. If you had number 20, decent amount, but if you had number 2,500, it's not worth nearly as much. But if you had one of these, I'm telling you, you're going to be making a couple of bucks. It's a fun process. I enjoy printmaking. I hope you join my Art 3 class. I hope you join Art 2 because you'll experience it. Have a great and fabulous day. Say bye, Ivory. Yeet. Goofy. Bye, guys.